It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Good morning. Happy Friday to you. We made it to Friday. Here we are. So we're going to do some news, and then we're going to start the weekend. How's that sound?
Sounds good. One person is in custody in connection with the death of a soldier at Fort Leonard Wood, 23-year-old Sergeant Sarah Roque, who was originally from Indiana. Her body was found in a dumpster. She had been reported missing prior to that after not showing up for duty on Monday. They are not releasing how she died, but a criminal investigation is underway there. Authorities say that, again, they do have a person in custody, and they do not believe that there is any threat to the general public. A Morrisville man who shot at a pickup truck this summer and killed the teenager who was driving it is no longer charged with the crime. Originally, Corey Keith Nielsen was charged with second-degree murder, but now prosecutors believe that was actually done in self-defense. Investigators say they have evidence that the teen driver had thrown large fireworks at the tent that Nielsen and his family were staying in, and he was with a group of other kids as well, and that they had yelled serious threats at that family.
Yeah, that's a sad deal all the way around. But I remember when that happened, there was talk that maybe it was self-defense. And obviously the investigation has gone on now for a while. And that's the finding of prosecutors. So law enforcement. We've had no considerable rainfall for 30 days or so, which is a long time. Your lawn knows that. So we are still under a burn ban in the Ozarks. You want to be reminded of that. And if you start a fire, you will face a fine because local firefighters have been fighting wildfires in multiple counties in fields over the last several days. So they're trying to cut down on that and reminding everybody that it is way too dry to be burning leaves or anything else at this point. So hold off on that until we get some rain, which I don't know when that's going to be. Check out Abby Dyer's Wake Up Weather. Maybe she has some in the forecast. The very busy intersection of Highways 160 and AA in Nixa is now open. And this is interesting. Traffic will not have to stop at a light if it's northbound traffic. So northbound will not have to stop at a light. Drivers turning left there from AA to 160 will see a traffic light. It's a busy intersection. More than 40,000 cars go through there daily. It is new, and it is now open. And this Saturday, we mentioned this earlier in the week, but it's worth re-mentioning. You can get rid of old or unwanted prescription drugs so they don't wind up in the wrong hands or in the water system. Drug Enforcement Administration is hosting another take-back event tomorrow. You can find a collection site near you because we have people all over the Ozarks listening and watching Around the Ozarks News. So you can go to deatakeback.com. Then you type in your zip code and it'll tell you the locations near you where you can drop it off. Again, that address, deatakeback.com.
Yes, that's a great service. Omo Japanese Soul Food Restaurant is expanding. That popular eatery opened in Chesterfield Village in 2017. Now they are going to be opening their doors in a different and larger location, but still within Chesterfield Village. They will have a grand opening in early November with an extended menu. Okay. I have not gone, and I actually want to go because it's very popular.
I have been there. I went there for
There's
lunch.
A reason for that.
I went there for lunch with somebody from work a while back, but it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Okay. It's a date. Today and tomorrow at the Relics Event Center in Springfield, it's going to be a great time for collectors, specifically of coins and stamps. The Ozarks Coin Club is hosting their 60th annual coin and stamp show. It's going to be a lot of great fun just to go and see as well, even if you're not necessarily a collector. There will be door prizes and activities for kids, so you can buy and sell coins and stamps, or you can just go look. Because I know this, people who collect coins and stamps typically have some really, really cool ones.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, my sister collected stamps and she had them from all over the world. I don't even know how she got them all, but
really,
Rachel, it was really
It's never occurred. I mean, I know people do it, but it's never occurred to me to collect coins. And I collect as many coins as I can to turn them into dollars, but I don't collect them otherwise.
Yes.
But
All right. This is the last weekend for Harvest Fest at Rutledge Wilson Farm Park. Ethan and I were regulars like every year when our kids were a little bit younger. So somebody else go carry on the tradition. It's Saturday and Sunday, October 26th and 27th. It's from 11 to 6 on Saturday, from noon to 6 on Sunday. Free admission, but some of the activities out there do have a small fee, so be prepared. They have barnyard races, corn maze, cow train, hay rides, inflatables, pony rides, and you can pick out a pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern and more. So,
yeah, that was a window of time when we were out there a lot. It was maybe 5 years where we were out there every year for that.
Yeah, and I had a Facebook memory pop up the other day of our kids and Clay and Julie's kids on the cow train.
I remember.
So
that.
we were smiling about that.
I remember that. Yeah.
All right. And finally, we want to let you know the winner of the November 10th Broncos tickets. So the Chiefs versus Broncos happening at Arrowhead Stadium. We have a winner. Congratulations to Hadley Goldberg from Ozark.
Nice. Way to go, Hadley. That's cool.
Yay, Hadley. Hadley Goldberg lives in Ozark, and we will be in touch with you. So stay tuned for a phone call or an email from Around the Ozarks, and we will get those tickets to you. It's going to be great fun.
Our people will call your people, and you'll get to that game.
Our people call your people.
You can rub it into everybody else in the Ozarks who's missing out on that game. That'll be a good game to go to. And, man, I tell you, Around the Ozarks, we give away some great prizes. So check out aroundtheozarks.com anytime. Check out the fall festivals happening all weekend long. We have the events calendar there. And if you don't have anything to do, don't blame us.
Yeah. All right. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. We will see you back here bright and early on Monday. All right.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. We made it again to the end of the work week. It's been another overall dry week in the Ozarks, but a few lucky folks got some rain showers overnight. Just over 1/10 of an inch reported primarily in our northern counties. It's not much, but we will take what we can get because a new drought monitor was released yesterday, and it shows that drought conditions have once again worsened across the Ozarks. Unfortunately, there's no rain in this forecast as we wrap up the work week and head into the weekend. That's maybe good news for some of you as we are now in the weekend. It'll be a great one to get outdoors. Afternoon plans outdoors this weekend are a go. Should be lovely weather conditions for the pumpkin patch, whatever fall activities you have planned. Nice evening for Friday night football, and temperatures this morning are quite mild. We are waking up in the 60s this morning, low 60s. And once again, we'll see high temperatures in the upper 70s. And there could be a few folks that hit 80 degrees. That will primarily be down in northern Arkansas. It's a nice Friday that we have on tap, though. So enjoy it. It's a great way to end the work week forecast. A little bit of cloud cover out there this morning. I expect that will go away. We will be left with full sunshine for the rest of the afternoon. And I've got sunny skies in the forecast for you all weekend long. It will be a nice weekend to get outside, but an early heads up for you. Early next week, we've been seeing these temperatures that are just way above average for this time of year. Well, that's in the forecast for early next week too, primarily on Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures yesterday, as you know, were in the upper 80s. Record temperatures yesterday. We could be close to records again by Monday and Tuesday. So the slight cool down I have for the weekend with highs back to the 70s, it doesn't last long. We'll be in the 80s again early next week. This is nearly 15 degrees above average, and it comes with some very gusty winds. So potentially early next week, we could see winds gusting to 40 miles an hour, and that will lead to some significant fire danger for the Ozarks. So a big heads up for you there. High temperatures over the weekend will be landing in the 70s each day. Tomorrow, I have 73 on Saturday with full sunshine. That's a nice Saturday in the Ozarks. We have upper 70s in the forecast on Sunday, again with the mostly sunny skies, and then temperatures get closer to 80 for Monday of next week. It will also come with a south wind of nearly 40 miles an hour. around the country, what's making headlines? It's these near record high temperatures. They're expanding all the way from the southern plains. The northern tier of the country has been seeing this above average trend. Yeah, that's now sinking south into the lower Mississippi Valley and even all the way to the central Gulf Coast. Our friends down south are now getting in on some of the above average fall time heat. We also have pretty quiet weather across the country, tranquil weather, nothing huge, no major storm systems on tap. So anyone with some, work travel or anything like that across the country, it looks pretty quiet across the area this weekend. That may not be the case by the end of next weekend, close to the Halloween timeframe and to the first week of November. It looks much more active across the country and potentially in the tropics too. So that's something that I'm keeping my eyes on and that you'll certainly be hearing about in the national news headlines as we get a little bit closer to the weekend forecast. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. The question yesterday has to do with all those skeletons you're seeing on the front porch everywhere. How many bones are in the average human skeleton? And the options that I gave you were 156, 178, 206, or 365. Well, yes, it can vary person to person, but on average, the adult human skeleton has about 206 individual bones. That is a lot to memorize. The average is 206, but the number can vary from person to person, and all of us are born with more than that. Newborns, in fact, are born with around 270 to 300 bones. They fuse together as they grow, which is why our number is lower. Babies actually have more. I always thought that was opposite because they say the nose is just cartilage and stuff, but babies actually have more individual bones that fuse together, which gives us less as adults. Variations can vary person to person due to all sorts of differences. You can have a different number of ribs or vertebrae, fewer digits than usual. All sorts of things can happen upon development. So kind of interesting. Bones, of course, are made up of connective tissue, calcium, and specialized bone cells. They also contain bone marrow, where our blood cells are produced. I wonder if that's better if you have more bones. I don't know. Anyway, 206. Congrats. If C was your answer, you are entered to win $20 to the Pitch Pizza and Pub. All right, here's the question that I'll have the answer for you on Monday morning. Which U.S. president told a group of school kids that the White House was haunted by the ghost of Abraham Lincoln? Yes, one of them is on record doing that. Do you think it was A, John F. Kennedy, B, Richard Nixon, C, George H.W. Bush, or D, Donald Trump? Let me know your thoughts. You can take your guess at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for listening on this Friday morning. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I can't wait to talk to you again on Monday morning. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Have a great one.